everyone, and welcome back to Banishers Ghost
You
of
know, I
New
could get to like it
Eden.
underground.
At the moment,
darkness, the
we're
gloom,
in a
cool
cave,
air.
still
Really?
trying to track
No, not
down
really.
Lammy.
Not at all.
Where the hell is that guy?
This ivy is well rooted in the invisible.
Right? And therefore it
Oh,
must be. Another soul.
Lammy, what have you done? Hold on. This was weird. Came from there. But we could also run this way. Oi. Yeah, it seems like that is the way we're supposed to go. Actually. Oh, how nice. Okay, I thought for a second there that we couldn't switch to Antia. After seeing that thing in the middle there, I'm really expecting boss fight of some sort. And I will be very surprised if there isn't. Yeah, hi there. Fuck.
Stand fast. It's almost done.
Fuck.
Eyes peeled.
Okay, come on.
This won't do. Strike down the pillars.
With the pillar. Ow.
Incoming. Move yourself.
Fuck.
This is all.
There.
I might retire.
You'd miss it. You know you would. Here, dead animals, again. Different symbols and magic. Seems they were used as bait. Is this how we got through the Sorrow's vigilance?
Holy shit.
So, here we are.
I suppose now we step into the void.
Suppose we do. Dark rituals, void breach, general weirdness. Lemmy can't be far.
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here.
Yeah, that was easy to find.
Wards worked well enough. You didn't need to kill so many bots.
Demonologists use necromancy. Maybe he thought he'd bring them back when he was done.
It's awfully calm. Why is it awfully calm?
Much better.
Where the hell is the guy?
Spectres. They haven't noticed us. Still.
Fuck.
Try this on for size.
Well,
I'm at your side again.
Careful now.
trying to walk around without having to fight everything we get past. That is the rope we came from. I think, yeah, it is.
Creepy hideout. The governor's spawn likes a bit of drama.
We haven't found him yet, but the hideout we did find grammar and simmer. We did manage to find the lad's hideout. A hand-drawn map of the Harrows with the initials ER. Two places that have been circled: the abandoned mill and God's Acre Cemetery. The veil between the Arello and the Incarnate seems particularly thin in these two areas. Agreed? Obscure demonology writings. Ghostly apparitions can be controlled, or at least shepherded, with a variety of known rituals. These must be performed with great care, lest control be ceded to potentially catastrophic effects. An illegible equation. If the words of power differ from 0 to 1, or 0.1 in intensity, and appropriate protections are not carefully used, the ghost will appear, but will not bend to the demonologist's will. This is to be avoided, on the risk of widespread injuries, death, or worse.
This is some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Sometimes I worry about you. Ugh. What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void.
Is it their red button rule? Huh.
Red, come see this.
This one's different. Looks like it died diseased.
Hello there.
So, you can see me. Aren't you full of surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost. Amazing. How on God's earth did you find me? Never mind that. Thank the Lord you did. Thought I was going to grow old in here.
As hiding places go, the Void is quite the choice.
Yes, an amazing place. Or plane? World? The Araloo is not easily described, but it makes a fascinating study. Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it? Of course you did. A good thing too. I was starting to think it was wise to me tricks. Oh, but I have so many questions.
This isn't a social call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh. Oh. Of course.
We're going to ask this first, then this.
We must talk of Caleb Watson. Why in the hell would you give him a resurrection ritual?
Ruth's death hit poor Caleb hard. He was alone, and so I would often stop by his workshop. We talked. He took a keen interest in my studies and was a good listener. When he learned that she could possibly return, he had one question. How?
Men bonding over bereavement and black magic. A pretty tale indeed.
I should have proceeded with more caution.
You shouldn't have proceeded at all. We have a witch hunt on our hands. You could face trial for this botched ritual.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I found it in a copy of De Occulti Philosophia by Cornelius Agrippa von Nettesheim. A remarkable book.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists, and none owned an authentic Agrippa. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing. I doubt your copy is an exception.
Of course! The power is in the words, and mine were wrong, so the power went awry. How very fascinating!
You mistake foolishness for audacity. You must mend your ways.
Surely the acquisition of knowledge cannot be a sin.
Do you remember Deborah?
Miss Comenius. Yes, of course, I remember.
Your father tasked us with an investigation. One way or the other, we must return with the mystery solved.
Ah. I think I understand what you're saying. I might be in a tiny little bit of, danger.
So, what are you doing here?
From the looks of this place, you're knee-deep in research. What are you doing here exactly?
Searching for the origin of the Harrow's Plague, of course. And I have a theory on the subject.
Of course you do. Go on then.
Now, at first, I believed the water poisoned, but my father sealed the well, and yet folk remained sick. They looked for witchcraft, a foolish, uneducated suspicion, yes, but with some truth concealed behind it. You see, the Araloo taints New Eden. Its influence leaches into the Harrows. The evidence is everywhere.
By the Araloo, do you mean the Void?
Neither name does it justice. This place is beyond words. The Araloo, Mr. McCraith, is made of the very fabric of our primordial myths. Isn't it amazing?
How can you be sure the Void has tainted the region?
In New Eden, the threshold between our plane and this is thin. Even I, a novice, may reach the frontier and then go beyond. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago, New Eden was hit by another epidemic.
Was it the same illness?
I believe
Black
that
Plague?
first epidemic was caused by the porosity of the frontier between New Eden and the Aralu. Although, where theirs was an
Or
affliction of burning
is it
flesh,
just,
ours is a corruption of mind and spirit.
Plague,
And I believe
which
I have found
doesn't
its
have
source.
anything with
There
real
is a
history.
substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it. This, I believe, is the true source of the Harrow's poison. It carries a particular stink, on the scent of which I experience first confusion, then a loss of control over my limbs.
What do you expect to find at the source of the ooze?
To find a cure. The ooze seeps into our world, sickening us. I may be able to stop it. Unfortunately, I cannot reach the source. The Aralu is a formidable place. Tricky. A maze constantly evolving, changing, reshaping itself. The isthmus, for example. I found an oozing crack in the ground. The terrain then remade itself, and I can get to it no longer.
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through and take a look at that source.
Would you? That would be splendid. Would you mind taking notes?
Excuse me?
You see ghosts. You stroll the void as if it were your garden. You possess and share forbidden rituals. Who are you really?
I'm Lammy Haskell, and I am a man of many sciences. I am in fact a true pursuer.
That raises more questions than it answers.
What are the pillars of the universe? Which principles underpin existence? As occultists, do we change the world or scratch upon its surface? Each discipline I embrace peels back a new layer of reality. I'm yet at the beginning and see where I already stand. Amazing, no?
Are you a demonologist like your father?
More or less. Less, more so. My father sees occultism through the eyeglass of his faith, but I know better. So, more so?
If you don't share your father's faith, what do you believe?
I believe in the afterlife. The proof is about us. And if the void embodies eternal despair, there must too be a place of hope. But where, I ask myself, where?
Your father is convinced a witch poisoned his well. Caleb Watson was cursed by a ritual you gave him. I'd focus if I were you.
We must counter the devil with knowledge of his tricks. That, my father always said, is the purest of God's work.
Aye. I can imagine your father saying that.
When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. He saw me as his heir. Then, of a sudden, the books were forbidden. So I stole them. The very same books he'd forced upon me as a boy. I understand them where he does not. I did no wrong, apart from a little theft.
You've studied demonology. Did you do it alone?
When my father forbade me to continue, I confess I disobeyed him in secret. Those big books were very boring until they were forbidden. Suddenly I could not get enough of their secret knowledge. Funny, eh? More recently, a good friend of my father showed me that I had only been scratching at the surface.
I think we know who his friend is.
An itinerant Frenchman who often visited New Eden in recent years. He called himself a true pursuer. As a thinker, he was prolific and profound. My father was so proud to be included in his discourse. For him, knowledge is the ladder to greatness, and greatness is the prize. To me, knowledge is itself the prize.
Okay.
Let's go take a closer look at that ooze then.
And with that sorrow gone, I can leave. Do be careful. My home is your home. If you need anything, help yourself.
The Araloo is not your home, Lammy. But thank you.
Pardon my morbid enthusiasm, Mistress Duarte, but could I ask you a few questions?
What do you wish to know?
Do you still need to eat? Do you feel hunger? Sorry, it's just, you're the first ghost I've met, in person, as it were.
I don't eat. Not in the way you do. I feel hunger. Again, not in the way you do.
Fascinating. And can you touch things, smell them? Are colours the same as
I'm
your
just
neighbour?
going to let him
My
talk,
senses.
because
It's difficult to describe how. I can see, sometimes touch. I cannot smell. Red tells me this is a blessing.
How do you
sometimes
manifest in
he
this
has to
plane?
stop
Do you
asking
feel bound, or are you
questions.
here by choice?
It feels as if I were clinging to a rope, high above the abyss. Even if I wished to let go, I could not bring myself to do it.
I see. What about your banisher skills? Can you use them? Do the accoutrements of your craft still work? As a ghost, do they not harm you?
The marks on my hands and the rings on my fingers aren't actually there. They have no more effect on me than a memory.
Can you talk to any ghost you wish?
No. I sense traces of their presence. To talk to them, I must still do the work.
And yet here I am, talking to you. How marvelous. The dead are rarely as articulate, nor are they accommodating. In fact, they're often quite rude.
We should probably get going. Some other time, then.
But we've merely scratched at the surface of the great mysteries. I mean, look around us. We stand here beyond the ultimate frontier. Sorry. I mean to say, yes, Mistress Duarte.
Thank you. But yeah, with his little round of questions and Tia answering those questions, I think we're going to end for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video or stream. I can't wait to see what happens next, cause I'm totally convinced that he has gone way over his head in all his studies. So yeah, we'll see about that next time. Thanks again, and I'll see you then. Bye guys!